Good morning. Happy Sunday, November 17th. It's about 9:45 in the morning. I just got up, turn the air conditioner down. Just got up to come out and have coffee and basically just to get out of the apartment because it makes me sick. I shot myself in the foot sort of last night. I had moved out of the out of the bedroom a few months ago because the bedroom was just making me so ill, and been sleeping on the sofa. Well, the living room of this apartment is so big that we were able to divide portion off or close off one part of the living room and make it my daughter's area. It's not an actual bedroom, but it's her area. And all we have up there is like a wall-to-wall type divider, like a curtain, Anyway, it's floor to ceiling, but it gives her some privacy. But she's not completely closed off as like a room would be. And my daughter is a gamer. If you know anything about them playing their games, it's interactive and is loud as hell. And I'm, 10 feet, 15 feet away from her on the sofa in the actual living room. And it's sometimes ridiculous. I found out how much my daughter can cuss. She's 24 years old, so she's grown, whatever. But still, it is so distracting, so annoying. And so last night I just got tired of it and thought, you know what? I was just going to the room for a little while. I went into the bedroom and to lie down. It's super cold in there because we're not in there ever. And there's no window coverings up to the windows because, I said in another video that when they did the remediation of the mold, she did not put the window coverings back up. In fact, they left the moldy window coverings and screens in the apartment, on the sofa, on the beds, inside the apartment. And so after a week of putting up with that crap and coughing and, wheezing and the whole bit, I threw them over the banister into the common area of the apartment complex. She still hasn't replaced them. I emailed her and asked her when she would do that. And mind you, this was in August that this was done. And I think I emailed her after about 10 days of them being in there. Her response was, "You lost your rights to have any window coverings when you destroyed the ones that were there and threw them over the banister." Slum Lord. At any rate, she also supposedly was reimbursing us for meals because I let her know that if you're going to put us up at a hotel for 10 days, that means we'll be buying food out in the street. And I need to be reimbursed for that. So she agreed to pay $12 per meal, 3 times a day per person. Fair enough. Which means $36 a day each. And for check-in day and check-out day, it was $12, only one meal. But for the 8 days in between, 3 meals. For myself and my daughter, we share meals together, and so, she only reimburses $168.40. It was well over $376 that we spent on food during those 10 days. On top of that, the original stay was for 3 days. Then when she realized that wasn't going to be enough, she extended it to 10 days. So that meant we didn't have enough clothes. I had to go back to the apartment and get more clothes to bring back over to the hotel. So I asked her, to also reimburse us $20 for gas for going back to the apartment and for having to go out and buy food every night or every day. She only reimbursed $168 of the $397 that I requested. I have since then gotten an attorney. They are putting together a demand letter to, I don't know how much that dollar amount is going to be. But according to the toxic mold support groups that I'm in on Facebook, people are saying in order to really truly recover from the mold, you're going to need to spend a lot of money out of pocket and expenses that aren't covered by insurance. Infrared treatments, acupuncture, massages, all kinds of detox modalities and supplements that they're not covered by insurance. Insurance companies don't have a pill to cure you of mold toxicity and mold sickness, because there are so many things. It's inflammation in general, and it could be inflammation of the brain, inflammation of your spinal cord, which is the reason why I'm still on a cane now for nearly 4 months. Most days I have to have it with me. Usually first thing in the morning, if I have rested well, and that doesn't happen often. I don't necessarily need it, but it hurts, and it's weak. There's extreme weakness on that left side. So I'm hopefully going for the best that Kaiser can do for me is give me another steroid injection in my back. So hopefully that'll help. At any rate, I screwed myself up. I decided I want to sleep in the room, even though it's freezing cold in there. And because I can't stand this noise this girl is making, oh my God, can you do this? Da 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 da, blah, 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 blah. It's too much. And I was in there for maybe 3 or 4 hours. That was a huge mistake. Huge mistake. So we're back to my face being swollen. It feels like my brain is swollen. There's it's a feeling of there's a tight rubber band around your head. My eyeballs, even though they're not bulging, but they feel like they're bulging because everything's inflamed. The nerves are inflamed. That's what mold will do for you. I have taken one infrared light therapy treatment a couple of weeks ago, and not knowing, the dosage, I bought a Groupon package of 3 1-hour sessions. And to get started, if you've not done infrared treatments, you don't do an hour. I got to about 30 minutes and I panicked. It was like I had to get out of there. And I was able to, when I got out of there, I felt so weak, and my heart was racing like crazy. Well, one of the things about infrared treatments is it is like a workout. So your heart rate is going to increase because you are sweating so profusely. I sweat heavily anyway. But yeah, it was rough. So the next one I take, I'll be sure to just either turn it down a little bit and limit it to really limit it to 30 minutes. And the 30 minutes that I got was like I took 15 minutes. Came back out, cooled down a little bit, took a sip of water, went back in and tried it for another 5 minutes, started panicking again, came back out, took another break, went back in, and was like, I couldn't do it anymore. I thought I'm dying. Like it didn't feel good. The first 15-20 minutes did. And so listen to your body if you're doing infrared, and only do what your body will tolerate. What else? The depression hasn't been so bad. Anxiety has been pretty low because I've been, doing things like, my happy place is anywhere near the water. So anywhere near a body of water, doesn't matter. And I'm a happy girl. So, I do stuff like take long drives. Driving is a therapeutic for me. Ocean therapy. Just being near the water. Taking a drive down to San Diego to look at one of those awesome sunsets, which is what I did the other day. It was wonderful. But mostly just getting out of the apartment. Getting away from the apartment. Anywhere but in that apartment. And so I've learned some strategies to do that, but I pretty much set myself back by sleeping in the bedroom last night for a few hours. And I really didn't even sleep. I was just getting away from the noise so I could watch TV. And I fell asleep a little bit. The only supplement that I'm taking for detox right now is the activated charcoal, which I take every day. I probably need to take more of it in order to open up the pathways, because really the effectiveness of any detox depends on whether or not your pathways are open. Sweating, doing number 2, having as many bowel movements a day as you possibly can to get that out of your gut, because there's a very good chance that there is a mold colony in my gut, and that's what causes the wheezing, the mucus, the inflammation of my face and brain and all that stuff. So it's a long process, and it doesn't start until I get out of the mold. And so I've pretty much resigned myself to the fact that I'm going to get out of the mold. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to move to someone else's apartment or house not knowing what the situation is with mold there, because it's difficult to detect, wondering why when I walk into this room do I get this, this sensation. And so I'm going to, I'm not. I know that I'm going to build myself a tiny house on wheels. I'm trying to decide right now if it's going to be a schoolie or a van. I went to a van expo a few weeks ago, and I liked it. I really liked it. I love small spaces, and I'm so cool with the fact that I can sit in bed or lie in bed and reach over to the refrigerator and grab something, or reach over to the stove and grab something, and have that close proximity. But also for myself, so that I'm not confined to the bed, I think I need a little bit bigger space to make it so that I have to actually get up and walk over to the whatever it is. So I don't want a big 40-foot bus. I think I'm gonna go for a shorter bus, and we'll see where it goes. I think that's what I want to do. I'm excited because I get to know exactly, how it's built, making sure that it has enough ventilation so as not to build up any mold inside. And what else? I think I'm going to, and it will allow me to park it right near the water. And here in California on PCH, where you see a lot of vans and RVs, the rule is that you can only be in that same spot for 3 days, and after 3 days you have to move. Well, a CHP officer explained to me that it literally, if you just move up 5 feet, now you're in a different spot. So it's possible to live there long term. I did that in my old camper 3 or 4 years ago for about 3 weeks. I posted up out there in Malibu, and it was wonderful to listen to the waves, to go to sleep to, wake up to the ocean. So that's the plan. That's how I can help in my recovery, but it is not going to be it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be quick. It's going to be extensive, but I'm looking forward to it because that's really the lifestyle that I like living. I used to be a truck driver, so I loved waking up in a new city every day, and hanging out. So anyway, that's my update, you guys. I'm trying to get out of this mold. I did have a GoFundMe. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of response on Facebook because my daughter explained to me that GoFundMes are considered political ads or something, and Facebook automatically defaults to limiting the amount of political stuff that you can see on your page, and so it limited the GoFundMes, and so only maybe 5 or 6 people from my 2,000 friends on Facebook actually contributed. But I thank you, and I'm kind of glad that not too many did. Maybe I am glad. If more had contributed, I would have gotten out of there a long time ago, but unfortunately I only got like maybe 6 donations, but that's okay. I feel like I'm going to be all right now that it's gumbo season. And for those of you who didn't know, I was on Shark Tank, and I have a gumbo business, and that's a whole nother deal. Anyway, God bless you. Happy holidays. And my next update, I hope, won't be so far along. They did the remediation in August, and I don't think I've posted too much since then. But anyway, happy holidays, and happy healing to me. Wish me happy healing.